issues, I mean?
No, I there's an update that I've been supposed to be doing for my OBS for a while now, and I just haven't done it, and I think that's what's causing issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if that wasn't actually talking about like being funny. Like, don't you always have issues? As an actual
Yeah,
like for the past like 6 weeks.
I really need to like do the
I don't.
update. I just every time I do an update on anything, like shit like breaks, and I don't want to have to reset everything up. That's why I haven't done it.
I got you.
Okay, we're live.
Yeah.
Episode 54.
Well, it's out the bag now, so might as well. No,
What?
never mind.
What are you talking about?
Uh-huh. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gear Talk. Since Grinch ain't gonna do the introduction.
Yeah, so I mean this this is episode 54. Yeah, I originally wasn't intending on streaming today because like nothing really like
Hey,
changed
kid.
in the game. But I mean I guess we got stuff we're gonna talk about today. Um Game related, so it's not just gonna be bullshitting for like an hour or whatever. So yeah,
We got a new com.
we did get a new com officially. The Papalin? I can't say that dude's name. Papalin? Papalon?
Popolon?
Papalon? Popolin? I don't know.
Popolon. Popolon.
I mean, from what I
It's a funny
heard,
name.
yeah, from what I heard, to get this guy, it was 100 coins just to get him, and it was 1,000 to get him S class. That's what I heard.
I have no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's around that ballpark.
Because
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I didn't try, so
Silent,
I've just been bullshitting around and I got 10 of the medals. I'm not actually trying for this guy, but I'm not saying he's a bad comp. I
Si-
just haven't. I'm not even curious.
Silent Killer got him. He said that it was about 100 to get him and about 1,000 to get him to S class. So
Oh wow.
I think
you
it,
know,
it had a bit of luck revolving around how you got him as well. So
yeah,
people probably got him for less, maybe. But as with most things in this game, luck seems to never favor whenever you're going for it.
yeah.
Well,
So
let's
as a
first off, let's talk about the looks of it. Though. I mean, they could have done a better job on this comp.
But on
yeah,
the
I
looks,
I don't understand. Like based on his skills, I don't understand the visual of him. It makes no sense to me.
He's a
well, they
ball. It's a
they
giant
kind of
ball,
wanted
man. He
him to
rolls
be
around.
like a tanky infantry com or something like that.
But he's not tanky though. Like he just
He's
dodges. Like that's
dodging.
it.
I think they want him to be tanky.
What's more tanky than a ball?
Oh, he spikes.
A triangle. A triangle is the strongest shape.
You know, he reminds me of Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z, except he's like a roly poly oly.
As far as graphics wise, yeah, it's not a good looking comp. I mean, it's so massive. This too takes up too much of the screen. It's just not. Well,
I mean, they seem to be doing that with most of their commanders these days. They're just getting bigger and bigger.
I'm still trying to
Yeah.
figure like. All right, so I do have questions about this comp because I actually haven't personally seen him being tested and everything. So his first skill is giant ball. Is what we're
More
gonna call
troops
him
gain defensive state lasts for 1 round.
now.
Dodge rate increases by 4%.
Uh
After
huh.
dodging, normal attack in this state. All enemies will be. That's spelling mistake in there? Enemies. Will be dealt damage equal to 1% of target HP. Damage is dealt this way cannot exceed 1,000 of normal damage.
Okay,
The
so pretty
top
much
on
when he
defensive state
dodges,
can be cleared. Okay.
okay, so it's a buff.
So he has to dodge,
He has to dodge,
Bro.
and then
but
he
every time he
Okay,
dodges,
so
he deals damage.
It's tied to damage, so therefore it can be TS.
yes.
yeah, but if you're planning on dodging, you're not going to run anything smaller than T12.
No, you'll be
Yep,
running T12 this
true.
time. For sure, we're running
And
T12 this time.
I mean those
Just in
percentages.
case somebody.
Yeah, those percentages
Uh,
change. I mean the 1% is gonna go to 60. I don't know what the 4% goes to.
Mm,
Probably
for
4 every level. So what is 4 times 6?
2,000, 240.
Okay, so
Decent amount of dodge.
yeah, especially if you awaken dodge. 840
And
right there.
if it stacks, because if Wings allows it to stack or any of the multi-go things make it stack, then that could be a lot of dodge.
Yeah. I
Mm.
I don't really have a problem with his dodging. It's just when you put a percent cap like this one has, even though it's 1,000%, I'm always worried about damage. It's got a cap.
I
on it.
don't think so. I know that Craig has a cap similar to this, doesn't he, for his blight skill? And I think people did tests, and I don't think that. I think if you've got high tech infantry, the cap's already pretty much there. Like you don't need to add like loads of attack to this com to get the most out of it.
Yeah, but what I don't like the cap though is what I'm saying. Like I've never liked them putting caps
Oh, okay.
because I feel like if you put a cap, even though it's 1,000%, which is a big number, you know they've done smaller. It's like he can only really realistically be so good because there's a cap on how much damage he can do. That's the problem.
Isn't
I have
it?
with it.
Ooh, okay. Never. Okay. I was
Is that
definitely
skill not
wrong.
just plasmas?
I was definitely wrong about how you build this stuff.
Yes, but
Yeah.
what it does is it damages every unit rather than just the one. So it's an upgrade to plasmas with a better trigger rate.
And it's 5 times the percentage of damage dealt.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
Yes.
plasma's topped out at 200%.
Yes, because
Well, I
it
think
goes
all
to
the new skills that they're doing is putting up to 1,000.
And
Maybe to make it more viable.
yeah, after reading the skill again, never. I
Mhm.
think we got the build
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This
Yeah.
was definitely no. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a different. Yeah, it's because it's the target HP, so we'll have to rethink that for sure. That can be deadly.
it can versus
And now I see why.
yeah.
Now I see why it's done some of the things it's done to that con that we were talking about earlier. With it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see exactly why now. Okay, I see exactly why now. So yeah, this com's not bad. If you can snag them, I wouldn't be opposed to it, especially for infantry main.
Oh, and
I think it'll be good against ours.
Mm. So it does have a weird. So just via testing, it's when Matrix effects triggers on him, that damage applies first. If you take out the slot, that means there's no damage from those units coming, so your units don't blow up.
the air com that's really really tanky. Not a Rochi, the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shreds that one too.
Oh yeah.
Or well, pretty
Yep.
much all the airship comms that are tanks, it shreds through from
good.
testing.
The
Makes
one thing
sense.
is that I guess is suffering at the moment, anyways, to infantry, especially with Phoenix.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good comm. Like obviously you know you have to dodge, so if you go up against a guaranteed hit comm, it's not gonna work. But
Yeah, the right skill, force skill, it would work.
I guess we haven't even talked about the second skill of this guy.
Which
I mean
is
it's just a heal, but I mean
the elimination of an
Does
ally
that
infantry
heal
slot
like
for
if you
cover
put like
HP.
one unit, would it heal like everything by a percentage? So,
Yeah, is that a percentage? I don't
yes.
know. I don't have them unlocked.
Hold
or is
on.
it percentage of how much you've lost?
I'll, You guys can keep
Because you
talking.
could, like,
I'll
put,
find
like,
it. Silent Killer posted something. I'll see if I can find it real fast.
Because if you also, does it heal after death? Like,
Okay, so at level
I know.
60,
I see where you're coming from.
at level
You
60,
asking like grievances
the
does?
the elimination of any ally infantry slot will recover 30% of total HP to the rest of allied troops. So it's a 30%, which is, I mean, not great, but I mean, it's all right. But you have to lose the slot.
yeah, well, if you've got like one tier 1 ranger, and you like guarantee its death, basically. I don't know. There's some workaround with that. I don't know how viable
Yeah,
that's
but it's
actually gonna hurt.
yeah, but the one ranger at the start of the battle is not going to really help you because you ain't lost all the other troops.
Well, even then, it's not.
Is it really
It's
worth losing a full slot of T12 at that point too?
well,
Exactly.
so it's weird the
Depends
way
how
it
much you can
reads
tank it.
because it says now is it 30% of the slot or is it 30% of
It's 50% of like all other troops on the other slots, wouldn't it? Because otherwise, it would be a weird. Well, yeah, I don't know.
but I mean how do they math it though? That's the question. I mean it had to be tested. Either way, like I don't think 30 you wouldn't sacrifice a slot just for that heal. Because it's only
No.
30%. Like you can't maintain after you lose, 2 or 3 slots. It's not gonna do nothing for you. You know what I mean? Like it's only 30%. It's not like you're gaining. It's not overhealing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a weird skill to add in.
Yeah, it needs to be tested to see exactly how it works. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I think there could have been a better skill they put, but it's not the worst skill ever. It's a decent heal.
I do wonder if they'll. Well, with any of the new comms, will they actually allow us to use their plugins? Because they haven't allowed us to do much of that recently.
No, not yet.
Nah, I don't think so.
I want you to
I don't think
know.
they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna be doing that. I think they're gonna be doing the continuing with like the same path they did with the lethal attack and everything.
So Neva in chat, Otter says, "Did you figure out why he is broken?" Well,
I haven't really watched any replays yet, man. I just got a few earlier that I was watching right before we jumped on the stream. And we got to talking and everything. I do want to watch it and watch even more. I noticed I got mixed feelings so far about it. I would like to talk with you about it a little bit more because I don't know much about this com right now, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. I know there's some broken aspects to it for sure.
It does have a similar to when Delaria have had her issue, where it times out, but it's like weird circumstances, and I don't know if it's based.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it'll like glitch out the game, so you don't know you're gonna win or lose, and then you just randomly lose a slot and win or something like that.
I just realized the skill. Y'all remember when they done the build the commander or whatever the own skill thing like last year? This is one of the skills that I suggested. Yeah, when you like
did you
enter suggestions on skills? Yeah, the sacrifice skill is what I suggested
when I sent it to 7P. Oh, okay.
Did
yes.
you suggest the skin as well? Make it a ball.
Otter, his first skill is a better plasma bomb or a better plasma skill. Yes.
The energy transfer thing.
Yeah, it's not the plasma bomb. It's what he said. The energy. Is that what it's called? Energy transfer.
If anybody's got this commander, sim it against the plasma, and that's where you see the glitch happen.
Yeah, energy transfer. 40% chance to trigger.
Yeah, because with
After dodging normal attack, the damage will be dealt to the attacker of 1.5%, maxing at.
yeah, so this one
They
with
they changed
plasmas.
plasma skill.
Well, they might have, but I mean, with his helm, it's 400%. This one is 1,000. So right there, it's got better potential damage. Let me go back to that screenshot. Oh, he didn't post it. Yeah, I would assume it's 1% per level. He didn't post the screenshot.
It's still a lot. 60% of the target's HP. That's funny.
They changed plasma. I'm curious though if this is just like it, if it is affected by damage reduction, because plasma is not affected by damage reduction.
It depends on if they count this as a counterattack or not. If it is a counterattack, then yes, it ignores damage reduction.
I would
tell
assume it would be counter because it's
Give me a
damage
second.
dealt off of attack being dealt to it, you know?
I'll tell you. Give me a second.
Yeah, I would
I'll tell you in
assume.
1 second.
You gonna hit it with a broken fortress on?
Yeah,
I would assume it's a counterattack.
it ignores DR.
Okay, yeah, so it's just a better version of Plasma's skill.
Not much. That's
Wait.
first, but
It's the main skill, I guess, for this commander.
yeah.
Plasma's kind of got something else going for him as well.
Yeah, he does look like Majin Buu. That's what I said.
I guess. So I mean, I do have mixed feelings about it right now. Like I said, I don't know much about it. I wish I would have been more attentive recently with it.
I don't think he's a bad com. I wouldn't pay the price that they have him. I don't think he's that good.
So what, 100 spins you said?
Well, that's just to get
What's
him.
that? That'll be 500?
1,000. So I think the max you can buy is 50 coins per.
So what is it?
50? I thought it was. Oh yeah, it is maybe.
Is it 40 coins for $50 or is it 30 coins for $50?
30 for 50.
Yeah. So 30. I mean, he got it for 1,000, which I mean it could be more or less, but so what is 1,000 divided by 30? Pull up my calculator.
33 and some change.
So then you times that by
Well,
$50.
It's
that's a pricey.
I mean, this is just
1,700.
You might as
Yeah.
well almost get a fucking S-class mat or fucking.
so. I mean, if you haven't saved any coins and you're just buying that one coin pack, it's about $1,700. And I think he's good, but I don't think he's $1,700 good.
And that's
Oh, no,
not the
so how
average
many-
price point. Well, I mean, it's a little higher than the average price point of what a new com is released at. That's not a GC or some kind of reward com. So I mean, here recently they have been keeping them around the $1,000 to $1,500 realm. So I mean, he does have a little bit more potential than some of the new releases. So
I mean, that is just the price of release, isn't it? It might go lower later on.
yeah,
I'm curious, how many spins did he do on this?
How many what?
How many times did he roll? Does he know?
Oh, I don't know. He just said 1,000 coins.
I'm assuming if he knows the coin cost, he could figure out the roll.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Problem is, it's so expensive to test.
Right?
Come on, Never. Pull out that wallet. Test how many rolls it takes to get A
I
class.
You see my gold
Yeah,
right
do it
now?
on an infantry con when you're an airship.
Look, you see my gold right now? I am not spending a game right now. I'm not spending on anything right now. Actually, I have a wedding coming up in a few days. So
Come on, Dev, log into your little thing and
no.
/give Neva 17 2,000 Aether coins.
I don't know. I think
I
And
wouldn't
while
use it
you're
on
at,
the com. I would not use it on the com, if you want to be honest. Because, well, I mean, I'm not an infantry arc, so there's that.
while you're at it, go ahead and do /give NW planet. Go ahead and give me about 17,000. I got some things I gotta get.
I hear you. All right, so better than that, no. Decent com from what I'm seeing so far, I'd say yeah.
yeah, if they make him
There'll
cheaper,
definitely be a style to it.
if they make him cheaper, then yeah, he'll be worth it. He's not terrible.
He's also one of those commanders that works with the new gear that they brought out for infantry.
Yeah,
Oh, we haven't talked about that new gear, have we? Really?
it's just
Oh, the 3 new
it's
weapon
just the
helmets.
the helms.
So we
We do
have
agree, though, that
Hyde.
butterfly set is needed for this build. No,
I thought so at first, but
It
maybe
would
get by
definitely
with.
help.
It would help.
Definitely help.
I mean, it would be a build, but I don't think it's mandatory.
I would think so. Okay, I see. There are ways. I would
Because obviously the new
see 3 ways to
infantry
build this
gear
guy that would
set
be pretty
kind
fucking
of makes
badass.
him more tanky. Because it converts
Dodge into
his
yeah.
dodge into. But that's a high end build.
I mean this build's just a dodge attack build.
Yeah, pretty much what you would want out of it, I would think.
It's basically what the gear is kind of set up for.
But that's the
And
problem,
I'm guessing you'd want first strike. That way your skill does something. So 3P.
I mean, yeah, that's the problem. If you're talking about high end, the problem is you always have to have 3Ps. That's the
Well, I
problem.
mean you're spending $2,000 on it, so it's gonna be a high end build anyway.
Yes, but I hate the fact that it's if you're talking about the high end 3Ps plus, whatever. I don't like that. But what's going to be more beneficial, 3-piece in the butterfly set or 3-piece in the infantry set? Because you can only do one. Because if you're not going
What does
first,
the infantry set do?
Makes you tankier.
yeah,
Converts your dodge into damage reduction.
yeah.
Well, you don't want to lose your dodge because you need your dodge for your skill.
Why does it necessarily have to be 3-piece?
Because if you're not going first,
It doesn't have to be. You could have butterfly and.
Well, I mean, if you don't have
like, if you're
3-piece,
dying-
then your skill ain't gonna matter until you get to the back row on the enemy.
because even with Phoenix, like let's assume because this is an infantry con, if you're not gonna go tanky, let's assume that you're not gonna go tanky. I don't know why, but like no matter what, unless you're like a Craig and you're a very specific build, like you're gonna get rolled over because you're an infantry. That's just what it is. So like let's say Phoenix triggers, like yeah, like he just said, you have to wait for your slot 3 to go before you can even do anything. You're gonna lose by then.
I don't know because okay, so you're okay. Here's the thing: you're going for a super a fucking high dodge ass build, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have Phoenix in there somewhere. Obviously, you have to, right?
Yeah.
Preemptive canes into it.
And if your slot 1 does die, I mean, you get the heal off your slot 2 anyway, and that changes the battle order in that favor anyway.
But if your slot 1 dies, I mean, that's gonna be early in the. I mean, It's not gonna overheal. Like it's just your slot 1 dies and then it's gonna heal nothing.
And it's going. I get it. I get that. That's fine. But I'm just saying, even if slot 1 dies, I will. Because if you can change the fucking battle order of it and everything like that, I mean, you can, technically speaking. I mean,
But then,
but at the same time, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily. I mean, yeah, you might want a 3-piece. I'm not saying, yeah, it's not. I'm not. I'm just saying there may be another option outside of a 3-piece that could work.
well, no, we're saying like at the high end, unfortunately, you need 3-piece because yes, you could sacrifice that 1 slot like Iras were doing with Zeth's, but it's not a long term. Like you're gonna be one and done, and I don't. Is that really what you want to do? Is just be one and done?
Well, the question is if you had, like, for instance, a broken fortress and the new infantry set, could you not tank enough in that first round to survive?
I don't know.
And if you put the butterfly
The
suit
primary,
in it and they miss a couple of times, then you heal back up, you
But the-
might survive it all.
yeah, but the primary issue is it's infantry. Like the only really successful tanky infantry is Craig.
That's a
Oh,
lie.
well, this
it's
might
like-
be number 2.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Stella?
Yeah.
Stella? Come on now. Fucking.
Well, if you have
You can even have a tank. You can even have a tank version, Matt.
Also,
on now.
if you build, like, well, I'm gonna say build sweet, but at the
Uh.
same time, with all this RWE running around,
no, yeah, Sui is at the high end. Sui is done, unfortunately. I don't know.
I'm just saying there may be a certain combination that you just don't necessarily need to have a 3-piece, but could be wrong. I just feel like there's a certain combination that would be pretty strong on it that wouldn't need it.
Okay, so then what would it be? I mean, you'd have
expensive.
you'd have to have
very
butter-
expensive.
you'd have to have butterfly, right? Because it dodges and heals, which is
Yep. And you probably want the
pants
chest
and
piece.
weapon, and then you're gonna want to have the new infantry pieces. I mean, it's gonna take away dodge, but don't you want that damage reduction?
The void chestplate gives 60 and percent dodge, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but the question is, do you want the set bonus though? Because you definitely want the butterfly
You
set.
can put the helmet in. You can put the new tide in.
I don't know if it's worth it though, because I mean it don't really give you anything you need.
Well, it gives you that 2-set build.
Well, if you're not gonna use
which converts dodge to damage reduction.
But you want the dodge.
But it's
So
not.
on the
It's
new
not
card,
damage reduction. Isn't it like damage? What is it again? Is
pretty
it reduce the amount of damage you take rather than damage reduction itself?
I'll see if I can. Well, you're probably gonna, if you're not going 3-piece, you want a broken fortress, right? So so right there, that's 2 weapon slots because you need butterfly. Butterfly is built for this dude.
You're gonna have like minimal attack on you.
So you have a chest piece that you can put in, and you have a headpiece. That's what you have. I'll see if I can.
So you got 2 sets of crit with a.
I'm gonna try to look up that piece, but
Not
yeah.
got much
So you
attack,
have
but
a chest and a headpiece. That's what you have to actually work on this.
I don't think that's to get both 2 sets. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's really something you would want to be doing.
The 2 set from the infantry is infantry units take at least 20% less damage. The higher their dodge is, the less damage they will take, up to a 60% damage reduction. So does it actually trade it in?
No,
or does it just use their dodge?
It's not a conversion. So yeah, you would want it.
It's not a bad thing to have.
Well, because it doesn't convert your dodge; it just increases your damage reduction based on dodge.
yeah. So if we knew what the scaling was, people would be able to optimize the build.
We know what the scaling is. We tested it.
So
it's actually pretty disgusting. But I'm starting to have doubts about like I don't know if you could do both sets and get away with it because you would have to go headpiece, chest. Ooh,
Well,
never mind.
I guess you
Can.
wouldn't need Broken Fortress. Like you might be able to use.
You can use something else. You can use something else.
Yeah, but is that tanky enough though? Because like
Now it
You got
comes
a fuck
down to the
ton.
question I asked Neva earlier. Are you required to hit? Do you need to hit the other comp, or can you rely on that skill?
You'd
You
have
can
to
rely on the
rely
skill.
on. You'd
No,
have to rely on the skill.
yeah, you don't have to hit.
You'd have to rely on the skill. You would have to rely on the skill, unfortunately, and it can start getting damaging over time. But I think a hit isn't it. I mean, I think a hitting is also a necessity as well. That's why I think you run the troops that we talked about still, regardless of this build or not. You know what I'm saying?
See, the other problem with this, right, is without 3-piece, he's got shit trigger, which is the other issue.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting any of that trigger gear with this setup,
Yep.
right? I don't think
Well,
none of those pieces have trigger on them, right? Like that we talked about.
Mm-mm.
No,
No, they don't.
So now
Not a single-
you've got how much? What is
So
the
that wouldn't be work.
What's
it
the
You'd
wouldn't
have
work.
base?
you'd have to use the pants, and the pants would mess up your butterfly.
what's the base
So,
trigger?
Yep.
40%?
There's no way to run a two piece combo with that with butterfly and that. I just don't see it feasible at that point.
Because you got to assume that wings is going to be turned off.
It's one or the other. Yeah.
So with wings turned off, you got to survive. But even after that, it's a shit. What's the trigger rate? 40%.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. See, 40% is, and then wings is going to have a base 60%, which is not ideal.
well, would you even want to run wings as well on this comp? The only thing you'd be getting is more triggers of his skill.
More chances of the trigger. If it's a 40% trigger rate, if it doesn't trigger, you're doing nothing.
But you could potentially try and get that with your power of infantry potentially.
I mean,
And also battlefield overseer could help. I don't know how much
I mean,
that's gonna really.
if you run the Sun Raven Mercury, it gives you attack and skill trigger, and then Diablo Hulk, that takes you to 52% trigger rate. If you use POI on it, that gives you
which is
that gives you 2
60%.
chances to trigger a 50% skill.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
And so you got a 50-50 chance both times. It's more than likely to happen.
So Otter says Tide, Vortex, Butterfly Boots, Mercury, Siphon, Crit Weather Awakening, and Rebel AI. That's what he said.
That's how I build it, but it's very expensive, and you could potentially
So he
swap
said
out
what now?
Iconizer too.
So
He said Tide.
Tide, Vortex.
Okay.
So
Fair.
the butterfly set.
And then
Tide, Vortex, okay.
Butterfly Boots,
Yeah.
Mercury, and Siphon.
Oh, okay. So
I understand why you pick Siphon. I just I don't know. I mean, crit Weather Awakening because it's really nothing. I mean, why wouldn't you do dodge though? Because the only
maybe
thing
you have enough dodge with those two sets.
Do you though?
I like it.
How much dodge?
What? The chest piece and the butterfly.
Well, okay.
And then you just natural reset. It's a huge amount of dodge, isn't it?
With this
That's
gear
a huge
set,
amount of dodge
with
for
this,
those two.
With this gear set, are you assuming that if you trigger the skill more than once, the dodge stacks, or are you assuming it's only at 240? That makes a difference on whether or not it stacks or not.
What, the dodge? The dodge stack?
Okay, so he's saying with
I mean,
with that build, it's 18 to 1900 dodge. Really? That seems really high.
Well, it's 240 per level, isn't it?
Yeah, but does it
It's per
stack
trigger,
though?
I should say.
But yeah, we don't know.
It should between units, maybe not between itself. So like it can only every round like individual slot can only provide an extra 240 on top. But that's plenty enough, isn't it? After like 2 triggers,
Well,
everything's going to be missing.
240 plus whatever the base dodge is for, I'm assuming max tech, which I mean I don't know what that is.
You were also wrong about something a few minutes ago. I don't want to call it out or anything, but I was just re-rigging this skill. So it triggers one time for all. It doesn't trigger per slot. So you would just need that slot one to trigger that thing, and the rest of the slots would have to rely on that. So you technically don't need a 3-piece on that one.
You just need,
one
to trigger it once, and then it's ready to go, basically.
Yeah, but what happens when slot 5 triggers it? What happens when slot 5 triggers it?
I'm guessing it applies another 240 on all units.
It does, but the likelihood of that happening, Grinch, you know this as well as I do. You'll trigger it before that.
Yeah, but does the if you trigger it a second time, do you get
and with
another 240 dodge?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. That's what I'm saying. Does it? Yeah, I would assume, but I don't know if it's tight or not. To be honest, I would assume though, maybe because it only lasts for one round.
I'm guessing that if you trigger like with wings, you couldn't like rack it up the same.
Okay, so if you 240, let's assume it only triggers once. 240 plus what is max? What is max dodge tech? Judge, you're in the chat. What is max dodge for infantry? I know you got that shit maxed. Well, I mean, yeah, Otter says run him with preemptive, and I think at this point you don't have to say 50% TS because I think everybody's just gonna have it. Base value. 50% TS is so easy to get.
Yeah, nowadays.
Yeah, you know,
it's almost worth it because IA is going to be your biggest counter then if you don't.
Hi.
I mean, yeah, with ambition, it's definitely a lot easier, but I don't think it's that difficult to get 50%.
With modifications, you can ramp up the dodge so high. So I tested. I got my max dodge. I think it was 185, 1085. Like.
No, you're on your troop, right? Like just use transcenders, I guess. What's the dodge on your transcenders? Because I know you got max tech.
Let's check. Let me just check. My dodge is. Come on.
This might.
Oops. Okay. My dodge boon. What? Okay. For transcenders, dodge is 590 plus 120, so it's 710. 710% is dodge bonus on transcenders.
Okay. Okay, so right now we're at 950. So then what does that gear give you?
Look, I tested a lot. The best result
plus 240. About 540 between the chest and the pants.
Or just think of it to build a tank. I tested a tank, this new commander, tank gear. I run through everything. Xetroxis, Eras, Ayas, everything. I only, you know what? Only a yellow builds his Ira with overdrive beats him. Otherwise, I ran through everything.
Okay, what's butterfly? What's the
350,
dodge?
I think, at level 50. It's 70.
70.
420. 420.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
70 times 6, 420 at level 50. Plus 10% bonus, which would give 42, so 462. But if you have all this gear, it's going to be level 50 anyway.
Okay, without the bonus, you're at 1730.
Yes.
Between max tech, assuming that his dodge doesn't stack, you're at 1730. So I mean, yeah, you could run. I mean, the question is, why are you running Crit Wither? Like,
Because if somebody does hit you, then they're not going to hit as that hard. So you cover in both
yeah,
bases.
but who's really running crit nowadays? Like, Aya's gonna crit no
Aya?
matter. She's gonna crit no matter what. Like, you're not really saving yourself.
Yeah, but you need to slow that ramp, don't you?
I am. I use crit on him.
I mean, if you're not running so assume that Aya's running 3-piece. If you're not running 3-piece, you're not gonna stop the ramp.
It doesn't matter. I don't know. I haven't analyzed. I used my gear is it's not 3-piece gear. I don't have single Sunraven gear for Babylon, and
I was gonna say.
I showed you the I ran through the Troxys, 3-piece Ira, 3-piece Aya. So I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke. Maybe it's something that they didn't fix. But for now, the ones who will have this commander, it will be tough for opponent. It will be tough. But again, it's all in simulation. You know, there is no modifications in the simulation, so I need to test it in the. I think next GC will be fun to test. So.
Yeah. Plus,
all right. Now for the best part of this, Grinch, how would you build it at your level?
Oh Jesus, dude! I honestly, I wouldn't even try.
Grinch have fire spirits on that thing to the tree.
I would. You know what? Honestly, yes, but I don't think he's usable at my level. Because I mean, the problem is if you're not maxed out, right? Like even with a broken fortress, I don't think he's gonna work. Because I would do broken fortress, truth, fire spirits. If I had it, I'd do a ruthless, and then I'd probably do an ambition or a hecta for the trigger. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that's enough. Because you don't have the gear to stack the dodge. I don't know if he's usable at like the mid tier. Because you're kind of limited on gear, you know. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think this is only max leadership, max fucking.
I'm not gonna make a commander
gear
card.
And all that.
Yeah, there are some comms that you can definitely use. You know, early game, mid tier, and end game, and they get better as they go on. I don't think that he is like a mid tier commander. Because you're really limited to the gear that you can even use.
Yeah, the best gear on the commander are all the premium gears.
Yeah, because if you're gonna use like a Truth, Broken Fortress, Ruthless, Ambition, and Fire Spirits, like you're gonna have to use dodge, and if you're using dodge, that means you're not awakening RWE. If you're not awakening RWE, like you can't do crit with her either, so you're really limited. And it's assuming you don't have T12, or even if you do have T12, you're not max tech, or you're using T11 infantry, which can get tier suppressed. And if you're using, like, let's say Transcenders because you just got T12, the tech isn't very high, so I don't think you can use him. I mean, yeah, you're gonna catch people every now and then because he's not a bad commander, but I don't think he's a main commander unless you have, close to max tech, max leadership, and like really good gear. You'd probably continue to use Ira or Aya at that point, right?
Aya is always going to give you the
This
biggest
commander
value.
is, guys. This commander is. I won't say that it is similar like Delaria, but I think it's in the same ballpark. It is infantry commander, but like you see, yeah, like you saw, it's hard to get. You need to spend a lot of money, same as Delaria. I think this commander really got the potential, but what gear is right, what way you should go, DoD, RV, crit. We will see. Yes, but for now, it has potential. That is all I can say. It has potential.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I think that there's a ways to build them that you don't necessarily need 3-piece as well. Like I said, Grinch, and I feel like it's going to be a solid comp. Mid
No,
tier, maybe
I
not.
agree.
I do agree with that statement. I do agree with that statement that mid tiers would be a tough one, but
3-piece might be a good counter to Populon himself. Potentially.
Yeah,
good shit, kid.
unfortunately, I don't see him really being that good at like the mid tier. Unfortunately,
No, probably not.
but
Not as effective as it could be.
yeah, I think there's probably definitely a non 3-piece and a 3-piece version of him, and I think he's a good comp.
You could
Yeah.
build him and add Plasma's Quantum last build and just make a better
Because y'all
Plasma.
gotta go in there.
Better plasma. Yeah, I guess.
Y'all going in there. Go watch TV, okay?
So
Well, it's like-
getting the medals for that would be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Y'all got any advice on a baby Zeth build?
Babies up?
Baby Zephs are great against Ryan.
Yeah.
None. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, this guy should beat. He'll probably beat Matt depending on the build, but I don't think he'll beat Zeth because Zeth is guaranteed hit.
No. Don't think that. Don't think that. Don't think that. Do not think that.
Don't even mention that, Grinch.
Don't mention what.
Don't.
You don't. It can.
Think about what the second skill does, or what the first skill does. Think about what the damage is based off of.
Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, it's not.
no.
You gotta dodge.
You
It deals
got to
damage,
dodge.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
But it deals damage. It deals damage equal to a percentage of HP
If you
of
dodge.
the target's HP.
If you dodge.
Okay, and
dodge.
Zest doesn't have a guaranteed hit, does he?
Zeth does have a
Yeah, he
guaranteed
does.
hit.
But
Oh,
he
what?
does. But
Oh,
Doing
never mind.
Kaiser.
I don't.
it can kill that.
basically you're saying if he misses, it's very effective against Zeph's passive.
Passive. But how is he
But
gonna
Zeph-
miss
But
when
Zeph
he?
still has a 60% guaranteed hit. So
Yeah, and he's gonna be using 3-piece. It's gonna be
Okay.
the fuck
Okay.
is
Okay. You. All right. Don't take my word on it.
I guess we're not trustful anymore, Neva.
What?
I guess
What is
not.
no, I'm just trying to explain the the fundamentals, but
Yeah, I don't know how. Okay.
No, like I'm not trying to like. No, like
basically,
I
Zeph
don't
will
understand.
take normal damage like every other commander when facing this commander because the skill doesn't go around that ability of Zeph's.
Yes,
Especially S-class Zeph's.
I understand that. I understand that it's.
Oh no,
ignores
I'm not.
What I'm saying though is like I don't see why everybody's like I don't see why you're insinuating that I'm a fucking retard when it says you have to
No, I'm not.
dodge. Like he's
You have
Are
to
there-
dodge.
yes, are there going to be times when he's going to beat Zeth? Sure, but I would figure that would be the minority. Like what am I getting wrong here?
I don't know. I don't know how.
Because
From what I've seen,
We don't know
what
how
I've
it works,
seen-
but it works.
yes, I'm not trying to be funny.
Basically,
From what
systems have been showing it going that way. So.
It's
Yeah.
like a 3-to-1. For every 3 battles that com beats Zeth, Zeth might beat it one time. From what I've seen.
I'll give it closer
Okay,
to
We
50.
just need to see
The
someone
only-
full match
the only
against
thing
each other, and we
that
need to
would
prove
make
it that way.
wait, scroll back up. Let me read. The only thing that makes sense is if this is triggering off of the awakening. If you're dodging the awakening,
I don't know.
Or it does so much damage, one miss is all it takes. Maybe.
but it shouldn't be, right? 'Cause
I will
it's
say
capped.
this. The damage output was like 464 million per each slot. Or 2 each slot.
So
Yeah,
probably
because people are.
chunks off like maybe what like
Yeah, because
a sixth
walkers
of this?
are high HP just without gear. I mean that makes sense.
I feel if you build this with dual blades against the Zeth, it's going to win 9 out of the 10 times. Because after the first round, I don't know. I see some of us running POW, some aren't. But at that
people are
point,
definitely not.
I've seen some of them have been, some haven't been.
Otter, who lost 30 troops? The Zeth or this guy? Papillon or Zeth?
Papillon lost 30 and the Zeth was dead.
See, Okay, the Zeth only lost 30 troops due to rebound. Okay. Papillon got nuked. Yeah, because in my brain, if this is working how it's supposed to be, like I don't understand how a guaranteed hit would get fucking annihilated by this dude because he has to dodge.
I can see the dual blades
I'm-
being the issue.
I've seen. I'm just trying to tell you. I've seen about a 50% difference.
I'm not
right
saying
now.
I'm not saying you didn't. I'd like to know like the gear set, like
I don't know how.
what were the stipulations behind it because I don't understand
Exactly.
how a guaranteed hit com would lose to him when.
Or do you think Zeph's skills working against himself?
Dual blades.
Because Zeph stacks the damage, doesn't it? But obviously this is a skill, so maybe it's amplified by that.
I have no idea.
Cough, 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 dual blades.
Yeah, because I could understand if it's gone a little bit, like the rounds have gone 2 or 3 rounds, and Papillon finally dodges. I can see him wasting a slot, no problem. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
but I don't know. I've been seeing it happen. Okay, That's why I had questions about this time. Like, I really want to know about this time. I haven't actually been able to test anything in a while now, so I don't know much about this time. And I've seen some really weird replays with this time.
Yeah, I mean the other issue with replays, like when it comes to um, it's like not everything. So first, not everything it works in simulations. Also, this comm might be broken because he literally just came out, and so
Mhm.
he does have the issue of breaking shit.
Even Otter already called it out. He said it was broken.
Firewalker, Healing Field, Battlefield Overseer. Yeah, see that makes sense. Like if he's not dodging, he's not doing nothing. I mean, yeah. So he should beat Ira, just because that's she wants to dodge. So
Yes.
I mean, you're saying that he beat Zeth. I think that's. I mean, I would think Zeth would win more often than not. But
Curious, how's the damage dealt that way with Ira?
what do you mean?
Does Ira deal the damage, or does she get killed first, or how does that work?
Okay, so if she misses, so if this pop along skill is triggered and she misses, then she will deal damage. And then if the slot is intact, if the slot isn't dead, Papillon will attack. If the slot is dead, Papillon won't do anything.
Okay,
I don't
and
know.
then the passive skill, will that revive the 2 slots that just died moments before that?
What does the skill say? Revive? I don't know. I don't know about that.
It says it heals
I mean,
that
it says
percentage of
recover.
troops, but I mean,
I don't know if
Grievous's skill, if you kill the slot, the heal goes off if
But
your slot dies.
it says the rest of the allied troops though. I would assume it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I would assume it wouldn't heal a slot that's dead already, and the turn's going to move on to the next slot. I would assume.
Well,
So,
the reason I question is because Grievous's healing skill, if
mhm.
you fight like a plasma and the plasma's bomb goes off, or not bomb, but the dodge one. I got a replay somewhere of me running it on Vega, and it heals back the dead slot.
yeah, but this one
Is it that
wouldn't.
slot's turn still?
This one wouldn't heal back the dead slot. It heals all the other slots. So
Yes, but if Ira kills like the 3 front rows,
yeah, slot 2 and 3 will be. Okay, let's just assume that it's 50% to make this easier. Slot 2 and 3 would be fully revived, but slot 1 is still dead, so it's not going to take any damage. There's nothing there to deal damage. It's dead. Now, if slot
If
1,
the turn's already moved on.
yeah, if she killed slot 1 through 3 and slot 1 came back at all, I mean, it wouldn't be from this skill, but if it came back, yeah, he would deal damage. But if there's nothing in the slot, it doesn't deal damage. It doesn't matter if
so
she misses
that's
or
what
not. So
I'm
yeah,
curious of the order of operations on the skill now.
yeah. So matrix firing misses. This skill gets triggered, but she still deals damage first, and then after she deals damage, if there's something in the slot, then it'll trigger. If nothing, then it just goes away. But the passive won't heal that slot 1. It'll heal 2 and 3, but something else would have to heal slot 1.
Well, 2 and 3 are dead as well, so would it not heal slot 1 as well?
That's a good question because it is a passive. The elimination of any
And
ally infantry slots will recover HP to the rest. So if she kills slot 1 through 3, even though it's not slot 2 in 3's turn. Yeah, so is this a revive though? Like will it go from 0? I don't know. I have no way of testing that. Otter says slots won't be revived. Okay, so it's not a revival, it's just a heal.
Well, the reason I
how does
question it is because Grievous' skill, the energy absorption, it revives a slot if it's dead.
Yeah, but
so
different skills.
And
do different
it uses the word recover on it as well.
Yeah, but you know how they are. Like they code it to do one thing and it does something else. He's also saying Papillon does damage first, which doesn't make any sense. Why would Papillon do damage first?
Order of operations.
Because Matrix Firing isn't the initial attack; it's the attack after the initial attack.
Yeah, it's
a
skill trigger.
So it's based on if you miss. So its initial attack misses, he triggers, and then your Matrix Firing triggers after. Technically, it goes after. Not triggers after, but goes after in order of operations.
But the thing is, this is the same skill as Plasma, and I've tested against Plasma, and when Matrix Firing triggers and Plasma has his little rebound, whatever energy transfer, then the Matrix Firing does the damage first. That's how it was when I tested it. So I don't understand why Papillon would be different. It seems like it's the same skill.
Give me a second. We're going to test that theory too.
Because me and Ares tested a bunch of comms using Ira and like dodging and shit, and she always dealt her damage first.
Otter, can I show that on stream or no?
He says, check guild chat. There's a replay.
Yeah, can I show it on stream or no? Or do you want me to just share it on stream?
He says, do it.
I can confirm that it does trigger before Matrix Firing goes off.
Jump over to resistance real quick.
You see my stream?
Yeah. Okay. Energy charge, Matrix Firing.
There's Matrix.
Matrix Firing. Oh, it wasn't.
There's the skill trigger.
It wasn't turned on.
There's Papillon right there.
Okay, now it's on.
Yeah.
Triggers before Matrix Firing.
Okay, but that also does answer the question that passive does trigger on any slot, no matter when it happens. Okay. Okay.
And that answers the question that slot 2 triggered it, slot 4 activated it.
Hold on. Can you play that again? Because I want to see if.
Yeah, I'm keeping it on.
Because I want to see if.
I'm gonna get the slot 2 that matters.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the skill we're looking for.
Yeah, it's on. So now, matrix firing. It should be enough to kill that slot.
Matrix firing works 1, 3, 2.
Okay, so I understand how this works. I'm saying it doesn't work the same way that plasma, his energy transfer works. Because if Ira attacks, then energy transfer. If the slot were to be killed, matrix firing kills that slot. It doesn't attack. So it's coded differently. Okay. Just because one works one way doesn't mean this is why we test. Okay, that's good info. Yeah, it's because they did that update, so all counterattacks ignore damage reduction, and they must count it as a counterattack. Which also makes sense why you would want Siphonizer, because counterattacks do use lifesteal as well. You just have to.
Otter, can you DM me the gear he was running in that build? I'm curious. I can't find the replay of where I fought it.
What do you mean it does not ignore damage reduction? His first skill? Yeah, it does. It's a counterattack. What do you mean?
Never.
I'm not sharing.
What happened?
It looked like it did to me.
So
Hold on. Give me a second. Well, just for a second to find the right replay.
Well, hold on, I'm so confused. So Papillon's first skill is not a counterattack. It reads like a counterattack.
All right. There's a tough one. I go. I miss. He ignores my broken fork. Right?
do me a favor, click on the star.
Right? Like how is he?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
What's
sense.
the talents on that?
The talents wouldn't matter coming to play on that because it's not his hit landing. It was his first kill landing.
Well, was it running the precise strike? Maybe it doesn't, but precise strike being on it does make it ignore the damage reductions. And that would explain why the damage wasn't that fucking.
Why would precise strike matter in that case? If it's not the skill, if it's the skill hitting and not the hit itself. Am I dumb right now? I think I'm dumb right now. Hold on.
No, you have to hit the target. That's the whole point of precise strike.
Yeah, so it's not that.
Okay, okay, I'm seeing things and it's not making any sense. Okay. The replay you just showed, all of your slots took
Just sit
damage
down with
even though they have Broken Fortress.
Correct.
But Otter is saying it's not a counterattack. It's like a shockwave skill. Which, oh, I'm so fucking confused.
I don't know if it's a counterattack or not.
So it's not a counterattack, but because it's dealing damage based on HP,
But
how is
in
it
that
how
case,
is
it
it
should ignore
bypass
the RR.
how is it bypassing Broken Fortress then? That doesn't make any sense.
Never one more time on that replay.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I understand that that's how it's working, but it doesn't make any sense. Oh, my brain hurts.
Because everything in this game is broken.
Okay, that makes sense, Otter, but
What do you say?
what he's saying it's like Shockwave. The damage is calculated on the attacking slot. Of course, the attacking slot no longer has Broken Fortress, so that's why its damage is applying to everything. That makes sense.
Okay.
So, yeah, I want to like pause to see how much damage everyone's taking.
Not shit. It's not much damage.
Well, he's only got 500 troops as well.
Yeah. Fucking Phoenix.
So,
I know. It's interesting.
yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the text and go based on what I see. I'm just trying to figure out like. Do you have any damage reduction on your DS besides Broken Fortress?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Regular.
Okay. Yeah. Fucking commander, man. Hurts my head. I'll tell you what, it seems like lately 7P likes the one trigger affects all slots thing. Like
Yeah.
Aya and now this Papillon.
Oh.
No. So if Iris slot was to die, it deals no damage because there's nothing left to deal damage. Yeah, so if you were to attack Ira into Papillon, he dodges and kills that slot, then yeah, Matrix Fire would just disappear. Or at least it should. That's how it should work. So does the Steam Cannon rip off this dude's buffs?
Yeah, we'll do.
Sounds like it.
I want to see how effective he's going to be against Ragnar.
It says can be cleared.
Steam Cannon's gonna be a decent plugin still for a while.
On my map. Oh, my map's stealing it. Oh, geeky. How'd you beat them? You just take it from them.
If they don't have it, you win.
Oh god, Zephs would love that. And he's not going to build accuracy, is he? So you just go defeat him in his own game.
I don't think we tested Death with Mind Map against it. Neva, I don't think we accounted for that, Neva.
Imagine they've just been blowing up and going, oh shit, I'm my own worst enemy.
Neva, I think the build we had would have fucked us in that situation.
Yes, it would have. Very much so.
Because we built it for HP and dodge.
Oh
This
god,
is
and
fine,
it applies
bro.
to
This is
everything
fine.
as well, so like you're almost guaranteed to steal it from him.
I don't know, man. I wish there was more testing to be done, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing with the new com. Pretty solid.
He hasn't even been out a week yet, has he?
Mm-mm.
I don't even think it's been a week yet.
Just shy of a week.
Yeah.
Before. I mean, they always drop. They're gonna drop another commander during playoffs.
They have to,
Usually,
right?
like
They're not
usually, like pretty much on the final day.
They're not gonna give us Aya again, are they? Like they have to drop another one, right?
I don't know. I really expected this com to be the fucking reward.
No, but you can't get money off it, so. They would never
I
do
mean,
But
Aya is
I didn't-
really good, and she was reward.
yeah, I mean, I expected this com to be in that. I didn't expect it to be fucking spend $2,000 for it.
Aya is really good.
She's the second best. Well, the second GC reward that was actually worth it. I think DS was the first. So what DS did to like the season for like 2-3 years.
Was DS a reward?
Yeah, for one GC like way back, and they only did it once because they realized how effective he was.
Where's the win at, Bubba?
And it was like the one GC that I never won, top 80, and it was one of the best ones.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna give us Aya again, are we? Are they?
Hold on. You also got Moxie, which is a grade A com from the GC rewards.
Oh no, Moxie's good.
Moxie's
DS at the time though, like there was nothing to counter DS.
yeah. It's taken a while for DS to. She hasn't fallen off, but she's not nearly as good as she was.
Well, that's just because all airships have fallen off.
True. Yeah.
We're just waiting on that new aircom.
But like Moxie
We're
was
all
good.
waiting.
Oh yeah, Moxie was good, but it's not like everybody. Like when Aya came out, people were like, "Oh, this com is really good." Like everybody's using them in Cass.
People slept on Moxie for a while there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but you can't do the same thing with Moxie that you can with Aya. Aya's broken.
Built right, you probably can.
Bro, the shit that I was able to do with one T10 per slot, that comm is broken.
You do see the shit that I do with just a little T12 per slot, right? It's really off the gear. But if you got the gear to build the comms,
I've got shit gear.
you can take a shitty ass ghillie and put that motherfucker
Dude,
top 10 comms.
I could not put my gear on a Moxie and do anywhere near as good as I did on an Aya.
I think everyone's going to enjoy Endless once it comes around. And
Yes,
Aya's gonna be the
I am looking forward to Endless this go around.
All right, since we're here talking about Aya, how can I build an Aya?
And why have you not built one?
Yeah.
I have A-class Aya.
Well, there's your problem. You need S-class.
I can get her S-class. I just haven't.
You can't use the plugins, so you might as well.
Oh, you can't?
No, like I said, most of the new comms, they haven't allowed you to use the plugins for anything. So, unless that changes later, maybe you're holding off for the right reason. But you should be getting another load from.
That's what I was waiting for, because some comms, like Status Quo, the fucking plugin's better than the comm.
Yeah.
No, this
So
comm
I didn't know if it would come around.
No, she's well worth it to take the S-class.
Yeah. You'll be... Yeah, I don't think you'll regret.
No,
that's definitely one thing.
You won't. She's better.
I mean, if we're about to
three-piece.
get it for a GC reward again, I'll just go ahead and open up these fucking crates.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to. Unless you decide to just quit a guild right at the end.
It's looking
so
like...
what's up?
It's looking like she's going to be the reward, but I don't know, they might come out with another comm. Because we have, what?
So what's a good
6
build
weeks left?
for it?
I mean, it depends. Like 3-piece? Because, like, there's a 3-piece version.
Okay. In my range.
Formal
You definitely want a formal heart.
Yeah, formal
Definitely.
Siphon, Alcade, Hecta, Fire Spirits.
Okay, I have Fire Spirits and an Alcade.
Okay, well, get those.
Other than Siphon, what can I run?
Siphon's,
if I get Siphon, it's going to Moxie.
You can run whatever. You can run another Alcade. You can run Broken Fortress. If you don't have a Siphon,
if I get Siphon, it's going to go on.
You can run your Estella?
Moxie.
If you don't have Siphon, you have to run Healing Field.
Estella would help, would it not?
On your T10.
You can run your Estella.
Yeah, I mean, I figured run Healing Field on T10. I got fucking 16.
So the last commander which they allowed to use as plugins was basically Moxie or that Walker one, the Aquila.
Aquilina?
Ever since then, every commander since then has not been a plugin for.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alcade, Fire Spirits. Got to grab a formal.
You can run Hecta. You can run Ambition.
I'll probably toss a level 40 Ambition on that thing.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the only thing you really need is formal. Everything else you can run. You can run whatever the fuck you want, honestly. But the better build without 3-piece is probably gonna be formal. Hecta,
how would
Fire
Dim
Spirit.
Light do on it?
It does fine. Weapons don't matter. If you can run a Siphon, run a Siphon. If you don't have Siphon, run whatever the fuck you want. To be completely honest, you can run whatever you want.
Well, if I got Siphon, I would run it on Moxie, because that's the only thing I lack on that build for me to be happy with it.
You can run Healing Field on your Aya, and it's fine. It's just you can only do it on one troop. The reason why you run Siphon is because Siphon works on all your troops. That's why you run Siphon. ease of life thing.
Gotcha. Formal, so that's all that.
I mean, I'm honestly not even convinced that penetration is fucking necessarily on Aya. I think she hits so fucking hard. You might not even need pen.
Well,
But that's just me.
formal's just to get the Weapon Fortress.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's pretty much mandatory though. If I had some decent Titans, I would slap some Titans on there and see if that works.
Hell yeah, Titans.
Bro, she ramps so hard. I don't even know if you need pen.
Hey, I got two
I'll be
perfect
honest, man.
Titans here.
She hits hard.
I got two perfect Titans. That'll make that build easier.
Dude, try it.
I was
As long as
using
you
the
got formal?
Titans on my absolute suppression.
As long as you got formal dual Titans, like Fabulous and Fire Spirit, boom, there you go.
Hey, I can drop the Sella. I ain't got the prints for it yet. I can get me a formal real quick.
I mean the what's Roger's weapon? Like that would be better.
Mighty Shield.
Yeah, because it has the pen
The
on
Mighty
it.
Shield, yeah.
Because that's the pen on it. But I mean, shit. If you got a perfect
Look,
Titans,
man, you said you wanted to run the Titans, bro. I was trying to get a build with the Titans.
that's what I'm saying. If I had some perfect Titans, shit, I'd throw it on there and be like, hey, let's see what this does.
Oh, I don't have a fucking mini Death Star. I ain't seen that in the fucking shop in forever.
What are you talking about? You can buy it. It's in the World Shop.
The formal.
It's in the
Oh,
World
the-
Shop. The mini Death Star?
I'm gonna do GGM this week. Son of a bitch.
Mini Death
Why don't-
Star, 2 Death
For
Hounds.
shame, Neva, for shame.
Oh, I needed to get a grill.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, dog.
Oh, no. I'm prepping myself for a future build. Because
Yeah.
next time a certain com releases, I'm getting it regardless.
I wonder which com that is.
I've been talking about it for fucking weeks. Just not on public channels.
I'm pretty sure I know what com it is.
You're damn right. I just need one piece for it. I'm good. I'm ready. Just switch over.
Now the real question is, are they going to release the aircom like directly before or after championship, or you think it's going to be Christmas when they release it?
I was thinking, honestly, I think it's Christmas time.
Christmas.
They release it the day before finals.
That
That would be so shit.
would suck.
So everybody spends $2,000. Don't have time to fucking practice with it and just full sends it out there and gets wiped. Calling it now.
Your screen just went black now.
I was oh shit.
Yeah, I mean,
bad.
Christmas,
That's
mate.
what's
Dude,
in
people have been waiting for that comp for so long.
No.
Come on, Neva, do your little thing and get them to release it already.
I am not a dev.
But yeah, championship is in 6 weeks. So, great, because we got one more week left of the normal season, and then it's the 5th week is championship, I believe. So, 6 weeks left. This is your last week to get into top 80 to get possibly Aya.
Oh man, it's my last week.
Yes.
Man, I gotta work so hard to get in top 80. You be quiet over there.
We got win next week. Where's Team B? Team B's 5th.
Possibly.
Team B is going to have to make some decisions next week.
Nuh-uh.
Y'all are 5th right now.
So
So I guarantee you, TMB does not want to be on our side of the bracket.
I think that goes both ways. I don't think y'all want to face us before the finals.
They already had this conversation.
Yeah, we have.
I think it goes both ways. Y'all don't want to face us before finals, and we don't want to face y'all before finals.
I'm not saying we wouldn't mind. I mean, we would. I mean, I wouldn't say that we wouldn't.
I mean, if we have to, oh well.
Yeah.
But I don't
Oh
think we
well,
want.
but neither one of us want to do it that early. But at the same time, if it is what it is, like we're going to fight each other regardless. So
I think we just both mutually agree it'd be better off if we done it after and like for the finals.
you know, got to win.
Well, in that case, all I got to do is copy and paste. TNB versus EXE again. Who fucking knew?
DMB EXE finals or GC season 22 finals.
Right? I'm not even gonna change nothing. I'm gonna take if that happens again, I'm gonna take season 21 and 22, and I'm gonna like just combine them and draw like a line between the numbers and just put 23. I'm not wasting my time making another fucking thing.
Making another.
I'm not making another one. Fuck that. Shit takes too much time.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna put E21 or X22 at E23 on the cup.
So fucking tired of fighting TNB in the finals. Jesus Christ.
You got to start telling people no to joining your guild. That way, you got more competition elsewhere.
I'm already talking about. We have a very selective recruiting process here.
Hey,
You can't just let everybody in.
We
I
don't.
think Vincent, I think he did. I think he did say no, didn't he?
Yeah, I said no a couple of times to a couple of people.
Ooh, BDB is 13th. Look at that.
Yeah, they are.
That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah, you see the recruiting poster?
I did. Trying to see if there's
They
any
put a recruiting
other.
poster out.
Yeah, on the
Good for them.
official server.
Good for them.
Ready to join a powerful guild and conquer the galaxy? BDB
Yeah.
on server 780 is recruiting high skilled commander.
XNE is 3rd?
Yeah.
I mean, some of these guilds are kind of like, okay, yeah, of course you're here, but I'm just trying to point out a couple of the guilds that are like, okay, you guys are doing good.
LGO?
Where's LGO at?
7th.
7th?
Damn, really?
Oh.
Saul with Missy at 8th.
There you go, Saw.
ITV at 12th. That ain't bad.
I don't even know who that is. 16.
Exactly.
1693. Is that 1693? Is that the
That's the
what
server
they had a bunch
I
of?
went and rated. It has badass on it.
Okay. First is 14th.
A lot of people are a lot lower than I expected.
SSS.
Zoo at 26th.
So did I see that? Well, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, is there any more else? Any more gear talk stuff we need to talk about? You want to talk about?
I don't think so. I was just trying to shout out some guilds that are doing good this season because of what's about to be the end. Usually it's like the same guilds, so I want to try to shout out some of them that I recognize that are.
SXD, that's an old guild.
It's an old guild.
That was one of my first guilds. We're missing a lot of the top contenders usually, are we not?
Yeah, I don't. Where is everybody? I wonder if
XXX at 35th.
I wonder if this cast kind of like fuck shit up.
USN 44th.
BST 69th is
Where's the SSS?
I think they were kind of low, weren't they? No, they're right there. They're 18th.
Right there. The other TFC?
MFY?
Yeah.
They are 93rd.
What the hell?
TRG? That's a Black Tiger that's usually commenting on my videos. They're 97th. So good job. Shout out to you guys.
NYC.
Well, he hasn't got anything left, dude.
Yeah.
They're 66. They don't have anything left, though.
MVP is 65th.
RST. I'm just going through the old guild from the last couple ones.
FTW 64th.
Who's 64?
FTW.
Oh. Yeah, sugar babies.
Yeah, I mean, there's still one more match left, so I mean, try to get in that top 80. Some of y'all are pretty close.
I'm sad nobody wants to fight the AO with Titans. think they know I done came across something too powerful. One of them unspoken rules.
Right? Watch that shit be
PPPs.
badass though, for real.
Thing just
PPPs
shreds
28th.
everything.
Right.
I mean, I think that Roger's weapon would be better because it has the pen and the attack, but that's a lot of attack.
When's the last time you seen the Rogers weapon?
A while. 60% is a lot of attack, dude. He ramps like hard. I don't know, but I mean, if you're on the edge of top 80, good luck. This is the last week. Hopefully, y'all that are on the edge make it in. At least right now, it's Aya that is the reward, I believe. Still, I haven't actually checked.
Oh, I just made another good Titan.
It's still Aya. Aya's a good comm, so I mean, if they keep it in there, top 80, that's good rewards right there.
Titan's what, 30 to 60% regular?
I know it's 60% is max. I don't know what the range is.
I just made another 59% one.
God damn. So yeah, I mean, unless you guys have anything else, I think that's pretty good for this gear talk.
Yeah, I think we actually covered a good topic here. So
trying to figure out this new comm.
I'm pleased with it. Yep, I'm pleased with it.
All right, everybody.
Here's a question, Grinch. I'm told I'm lacking behind. What's your art modification level?
Oh, dude, you're lacking.
22.
God damn. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I will admit I am lacking.
You gotta step it up on that one, brother. You gotta make some pushes.
Are you behind me? How's that possible?
I'm level 11.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, maybe I am lacking behind.
Wait, you're in
Yeah.
TNB. No, you're in a good spot, bro. Just keep it there. You're good. Stay at 11.
How do y'all get so high?
Honestly, I don't know. I just do my dailies. That's it.
I don't do dailies.
That's probably your problem then.
That's your problem.
All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. We'll be back here next week. We're gonna try to have more meta conversations. Especially going into the championship. We're gonna try to not hold back as much. Answer your questions. If we have more information on Papillon, I hate this. Papillon, is that how you say his name?
I guess.
We'll try to share that with you guys
Papillon.
if we figure it out. He's only been out less than a week, so it'll take a bit to figure it out. But thank you for showing up. Next week will be 55. At least for right now, I believe we are going to be scheduling one for next week. If not, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. Yeah, thanks for showing up. See y'all next week. Bye.
Later.